Welcome back. Let's focus in on earnings. In India's second largest lender, PNB posted a strong set of Q2 numbers, with net profits rising 22%, while net interest margins as well rose sharply. There was good news on the asset quality front as well. My colleague Varun Hirimath caught up with S.S. Mallikarjuna Rao, the managing director and CEO at PNB. Here's a slice of that conversation.
Amalgamation doesn't have any role because it has not been an inorganic growth. The growth has been organic. There were a couple of conscious decisions we had taken. As at the end of March 2020, we were carrying a high-cost deposit of around 16,000 crores and another 11,000 crores in CD, where the price was very high. They were all maturing at the end of May and June. What we did is that we have allowed them to mature and we did not renew them because they were carrying high cost. So the impact of that has come in Q2 more effectively. Further, in the amalgamation, one of the banks, United Bank of India, was carrying higher interest rate in case of savings. In order to continue the sentiment as on 1st of April, we have adopted that savings rate interest and applied for the entire amalgamated bank. Later on, from 1st of July, we have reduced the savings rate by 25 basis points, and further from 1st of September, another 25 basis points we have reduced to bring it on parity with the other banking in the company today. As a result of which, we have reaped certain amount of advantage and reduction in interest on deposits. Further, in advances as well, we have tried to moderate in low interest rate advances, yield advances, and we have renegotiated for higher rate. As a result, you observe that marginally there has been an increase in the yield on advances. These are the major reasons which have contributed to improvement in net interest income.
Also, so then you mentioned that there was a benefit of, rates changing. So what's the outlook on the rates where they stand right now, and what's going to happen to your cost of funds going forward?
See, rates, I believe there are two dimensions. One is that if you look at the inflation, food inflation particularly, and other inflation, they are firming up. So when they are firming up, we don't expect further reduction in the rates. Now, with respect to whether the rates would increase in future, I believe that because of pandemic and the post-COVID situation, in order to maintain the sentiment, the RBI probably may not venture into increasing the price. That's what we have seen in the last rate policy, where they have held on to the rates. And I'm expecting the same thing to happen in the next rate policy as well. So as a result, I'm not expecting rate reduction further. It has already come to a good position. These rates are very competitive. Already we have applied repo-linked interest rates and advances to retail and MSME advances completely, as a result of which the interest rate applicable to majority of the retail, MSME and agriculture advances are pretty low if you compare with the current market conditions.
All right, sir. Thanks for that. Now, the next question we have is around some of the disclosures which were made. There's a 5,953 crore of SMA assets where the Morat was extended. And from what we understand, the provision taken against that stands at around 1,200 crore. So could you just tell us the thought process over here?
Yeah, actually, it is not 595. If you look at, RBI has given a moratorium from the date of 29 February for the outstanding advances as on 29 February 2020. Further, there was a category of SMA2 as on that date where the asset classification forbearance was given. So in those accounts, RBI wanted that the provision should be made to the extent of 10%. Now, out of that composition, if you go through the disclosures what we had given, 6,900 crore still remain, which is not identified as an NPA, but they continue to be SMA2. So on that note, for the amount, we have made a provision of 595 crores. Additionally, we were also holding another 400 crores. Now, Supreme Court further gave a judgment in the month of September where they have given a standstill for NPA identification, though technically from 31st of August, that means from 1st of September up to 30th of September, the accounts, if there was no recovery, should have been identified as an NPA.
So that's the word coming in from the PNB management.